Hello friends, welcome to my channel Echo Aftab. Today we are going to deal with one more new topic, and that is theory of consumers behavior. Myself Aftab Bhai. So let us move ahead and see what all things comes under this session. Introduction. The theory of consumers behavior has two aspects. One is aggregative aspect and the other is expenditure aspect. Now you will ask, what is this aggregative aspect and what is this expenditure aspect? Let us see what it is. The aggregative aspect of the theory belongs to macroeconomics. So when we study macroeconomics, we see macroeconomics is a study of aggregates, aggregate consumption, aggregate investment and all those things. So aggregative aspect of consumer behavior is dealt in macroeconomics, whereas the expenditure aspect of the theory of consumer behavior is dealt within microeconomics. And as this is a series of microeconomics that we are understanding, so we will be more interested in expenditure aspect of the theory of consumer behavior. So let us move ahead. The expenditure aspect of the theory has two main approaches. One is marginal utility approach and the other is indifference curve approach. So friends, please keep in mind whenever we speak about the expenditure approach, in that the first thing that we are speaking is about marginal utility approach. Here I would like to introduce you to the word marginal. This is one of the most important word in our entire microeconomics, because microeconomics is all about study of all the marginals. So this marginal becomes our core concept when we are dealing with the videos or the sessions in mathematics. So with lots of love, I introduce you the word marginal. So about this word marginal, which we are going to study recurringly in microeconomics as well as macroeconomics and in mathematics. Right now we'll keep it at parking as to what it is. As and how the time comes, we'll start exploring the marginal concept. And the second one is our indifference curve analysis. The marginal utility approach to the theory of individual consumer came into forefront during the 1870s. Pioneers of this approach were Jevons from United Kingdom, Walras from France, and Karl Menger from Austria. So these are the people who gave scope to marginal utility analysis. Now let us see what is this utility approach. So before entering into marginal utility analysis and all those things, let us try to understand the basic concept. What is utility approach? So meaning of utility. Wow. Yes. So what is utility? Utility may be defined as the power of a commodity or service to satisfy a human want. As you saw, something came on the screen and it went. So it was a nice black forest pastry. So the moment you look at the black forest pastry, even if you are not hungry, you feel hungry, you feel like eating it. That is the power of the commodity. So it has the power to satisfy your want. If you are hungry and if you see any food product, definitely you will feel that that food will satisfy your hunger. That is what is utility. So once more, utility may be defined as the power of commodity or service to satisfy a human want. So let us see certain features of utility. When I speak about utility, utility is essentially a subjective or introspective concept. Here the word subjective plays a very important role. What do you mean by subjective utility? Here comes Mr. Bean. What Mr. Bean is eating? He is having chicken leg piece. So the moment I use the word chicken, most of my students or most of my viewers who are vegetarians, they may not like it. They may not even like seeing the way he is eating that chicken. That is what makes this concept of utility more subjective. That is, utility differs from person to person, and utility, uh, one person may feel good, he may feel chicken has utility. Another person may not like chicken, he may feel that chicken is having no utility. That is why utility is subjective, it differs from person to person. So subjective means utility varies from person to person, and not only that, it relates to inner sentiments and emotions of a person. Utility is related to our sentiments. We become very sentimental with regard to certain things, and जैसे certain religions say that alcohol is prohibited. So in that case, a alcoholic person may find utility in alcohol, but a non-alcoholic person or a very religious person may not find any utility in alcohol. That is what utility is subjective, or you can say it is introspective concept. Moving ahead, utility is not usefulness. What does it mean? Here you can see what is happening. A glass is filled with whiskey. Now, is alcoholic drinks useful to us? Definitely not. A commodity may not be useful but harmful to us, yet it may have utility for a particular person. A person who has taste for alcohol or who is addicted to alcohol, he may like alcohol, he may do anything for alcohol because for him there is utility in alcohol. But there is a question, is this utility useful? No. This commodity useful? No, this commodity is not useful for human health, but it is harmful. Yet we find there is utility in alcohol only if you are addicted to alcohol or you have certain flair for alcohol. Going ahead, utility has no moral or legal significance. Utility और morality कोई भी संबंध नहीं है. There is no relation for between utility and morality. Neither there is any dependence of utility on having any legality. Now just see here. If you are interested in hunting and if you want to hunt animals, you may get utility by killing an animal. Okay, but morally killing an animal is not good. Legally in few countries it may not be allowed, but utility has nothing to do with morality and legality. That is what. A commodity may not be useful but harmful, yet it may have utility for a particular person. Similarly, activity that you may do, it may not be morally right, it may not be legally allowed, but still you do it, and that is what makes this utility having no moral and legal significance. Next is, utility is distinct from pleasure. See, here you can see she is getting injected, okay, she is getting pricked by a syringe, it is painful to her. So this pain is not pleasure, definitely it is not pleasure, but it is having utility, it may bring good results to her. So utility may be painful and it may not always be pleasurable. So when you speak about this, one example, going to a doctor for tooth extraction or getting prick from doctors may be good for us, it may be good for our health and may have utility, but it comes with lots of pain. That is what utility is different from pleasure. It may give you good results but in a very painful way. That is what is utility. Going ahead, utility is not satisfaction. When you speak, normally many people get the word satisfaction and utility as synonyms. No, there is a very hairline difference between the concepts utility and satisfaction. What is utility? Utility implies expected satisfaction. Actually, utility is not that you get, it is actually what you feel. A commodity may satisfy you. So that is what is. And what is satisfaction? Whereas satisfaction is realized satisfaction. So here the two words that comes is expected satisfaction is our utility, but when you actually consume a commodity and you realize it, that realized satisfaction is our main satisfaction. So utility and satisfaction differs from one another only in one simple way. Here it is expectation, here it is realization. So friends, with this I complete my first session on consumer behavior, that is understanding the basic meaning of utility and the features of utility. In my next class we will go on for understanding what are certain other concepts of utility, such as total utility, marginal utility, and so on. So in my next class, concepts of utility. Till then friends, as usual, take care, be happy, stay happy, always smile. Okay, tata, bye bye, and thank you very much for watching my videos, Understanding Economics with Professor Aftab. Thank you very much, tata, bye bye.